We're here, we made it to the large card club. We are extremely excited. Hopefully we can run into Brad and Andrew and Doug and all the other great vloggers that are coming out and say what's up, get them on the vlog, and hopefully we can run it up too. That's the goal here. We're already on the list and there's 44 people on the 1-2 list waiting with 4 tables running. And I believe for the Brad, Andrew, and Doug's meetup game for the 2-5, they have 167 people on that list. So pretty impressive, pretty massive meetup game. Definitely gonna go down in history. So we wanna be a part of it. We're gonna get in there, get in the mix, run it up, see if we can run into any of our buddies. All right, see you inside. First hand up here at the lodge, Monster Meetup Game, and we have Ace Jack of Spades in the under the gun position. I throw out a bet of $15, folds all the way to the button who makes the call, and so does Big Blind. We're going 3 ways to a flop of Jack, King 5, Rainbow. We have middle pair here, and there is 1 spade out there on the board. So when the Big Blind checks to me, I see bet here for $25, and only Big Blind is the caller. Heads up to a turn, which is the 6 of spades. We pick up more equity with a draw to the nut flush. When Big Blind checks again to me, I lead this time for $50. This should get the job done, but instead, she tanks for a bit and then makes the call. If she's calling here, she most likely has some kind of king type holding. We need to tread a little carefully here if we don't improve on the river. The river comes the 6 of diamonds. So no other jack, no ace, and no spade comes out to help us. When she checks to us, I decide to get to showdown for cheap and check behind, and she shows king 8 offsuit. She called a raise pre-flop, multiple streets with her king 8 offsuit. All I can say is nice hand, ma'am, nice hand. Next hand up, and we have ace 3 of clubs in the under the gun 1 position. Under the gun limps, I go ahead and limp here. Folds all the way to the button who pops it to $10. Small blind, big blind under the gun, and for $8 more, I make the call as well. And we're going 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes out king 4 deuce, rainbow with 1 club. So we have a gut shot to the straight, an overcard, and a backdoor flush draw. The blinds check to the under the gun position, and he leads out for $15. I have a pretty straightforward call here with everything that I mentioned before. Button decides that this is not a good amount for him and makes it $75 to go. Pretty interesting 3-bet here. And to make things even more interesting, under the gun makes the call. I decide on a fold here. I'm gonna let these 2 guys battle it out. We did keep track of what came out on the turn and river, and the turn was the 10 of hearts and the river was the 3 of hearts. We would have only had a pair of 3s, so that definitely wouldn't have taken this pot down. So on to the next one. We get ace 3 once again, but the offsuit variety this time, and we're in the big blind. Limps a couple of ways to the button who makes it $10 to go. Small blind makes the call, and for $8 more, I go ahead and make the call as well. And so does the cutoff. We're going 4 ways to a flop of ace, jack, 4, rainbow. Pretty decent board as we have top pair. However, we do have probably one of the worst kickers. We check all the way around to the initial aggressor, the button, who c-bets for $15 this time. Small blind makes the call, and I go ahead and make the call. Why not? With top pair. Let's see if we can improve on the turn. Cutoff also makes the call as well. Still 4 ways to the turn, which is the deuce of diamonds. There is a flush draw out there. However, we do improve to a gut shot straight draw with any 5 improving us. We all check once again to the button, who throws out another bet of $25. Continuing his story, small blind folds, and I go ahead and make the call here. We do pick up a little bit more equity on the turn. I want to go ahead and see if we can hit it on the river. If not, we can easily fold. Cutoff throws a curveball here and decides to 3-bet to $100. Button quickly gets out of the way, and it's back on me. This is pretty interesting as Button has been the initial aggressor this entire time, and then out of nowhere decides on a fold. So I was pretty right on my read. He really didn't have anything. However, the cutoff is another interesting story. What could he possibly have? Maybe he sensed weakness from all of us and decides he wants to bully us and, put the $100 out in there and get us to fold. Well, I'm not really believing him just yet. I decided to make a questionable and pretty loose call. Looking back, I don't know if this was the right play. I think I should have folded here, but as play, that's what I do. The river comes out a deuce, doesn't help us in any way. It just pairs the board. I go to and check to my opponent, hoping to get to showdown, and he decides on a shove. I don't have very much behind, so I decided to go ahead and make the call. I'm already pot committed, and he unfortunately shows 3-5 offsuit. We are getting wrecked. I guess his big bet makes sense now. Anyways, on to the next hand. Here's an interesting hand. We got 10-9 offsuit in middle position. I make it $12 to go. Hijack and button are the only callers. Going 3 ways to a flop of 8-7-3 rainbow. Very good board for our hand. We're open-ended with any jack or 6 improving us to the straight. I had every intention to lead out here, but I noticed the hijack has chips in his hand and he looks pretty eager to bet out. So why not let him do so? I go ahead and checked him, and sure enough, he throws out a bet of $15. Button makes the call, and I go ahead and call here, hoping to hit our money card on the turn. We do not. It comes out another 7. This pairs the board now, so any sets have improved to full houses. I go ahead and check for pot control. Hijack checks this time, and now the button is the aggressor and leads out for $30. This is a pretty small bet relative to the pot. I go ahead and make just a flat call. Hopefully we can hit our money card on the river, and hijack gets out of the way. River comes out a big fat nothing. It's a deuce, doesn't help us in any way, and all we have is 10 high here. I go ahead and check, pretty much waving the white flag, and the button takes advantage, leads out pretty big. I believe it's $80 to $90. We can't call here. We go ahead and fold and pick a better spot. Well, took a little walk to kind of stretch our legs, get out of the poker room because it is hot in there. A lot of people, a lot of tables running, fun game. Not really running good. We're not doing our best. We're down 2 bullets right now. So we just need to get it together, shake it off, stay positive. This is still a fun game, and maybe just get a table change. Hopefully that'll turn things around for us, or we can change something to make something happen for us. So let's get back in there. Let's make it happen. We have ace king offsuit in middle position. Beautiful cards here. Under the gun leads out for $10. I 3-betted up to $35, feeling pretty good about my hand. I get 4-bet by the low jack to $105, and it folds all the way back to me. Automatically, I think I'm up against aces or kings, mainly because this opponent I'm up against is a pretty straightforward player, tight and aggressive. When he has it, he raises. When he doesn't, he folds. All those things considered, I decide on a very tough and maybe even a tight fold. Looking back, I probably should have just flat called and evaluated a flop. He was kind enough to show for the vlog, new fan of the channel, and he shows pocket queens, the ladies. Definitely a bad fold on my part. Like I mentioned earlier, a flat call would probably have been better, and evaluated a flop. Alrighty, on to the next one. In this hand, we have pocket 10s in the under the gun position. I raise it up to $15. Middle position makes the call, and hijack 3-bets us to $55. I'm going to make just a flat call. No need to raise here, just in case we're against jacks, queens, or kings, and middle position folds. So we're going heads up to a flop of ace king 5. Pretty nasty board, as there are 2 overs to our pair. I check to our opponent, hoping that he'll check back, but instead he throws out a small bet of $35. This pretty much screams value. He's basically begging for a call. I decide not to oblige and fold. He was kind enough to show for the vlog that he had ace king, so he flopped 2 pair. What a board for this guy. Alrighty, on to the next one. What better hand to be dealt to turn this session around than with pocket aces? Finally, a premium hand, and we're in the cutoff. Things keep getting better when under the gun leads for $13. We get a caller from under the gun 1. I go ahead and 3-bet this hand. I want to build this pot up, and I make it $40 to go. I only get 1 caller, however, from the under the gun position. Going heads up to a flop of jack 8-6 rainbow. Pretty safe board, I would say, for our pocket aces, especially when my opponent checks to me. I want to keep getting more money into this pot, so I lead out for $35. He tanks for a bit. I really thought he was going to make a call, but he decides on a fold. Little uneventful with pocket aces, but glad to start building momentum and going the right direction. Sad times have arrived with the final hand of the vlog, but we get a beautiful hand here in the form of pocket kings, the Cowboys, in the under the gun position. Raise it up to $15. Middle position makes the call, and music to our ears as low jack 3-bets us to $55. I see he only has about $200 or so behind, definitely wanting to get his stack in the middle. So I put my remaining stack, I believe I had about $225 or so, and I shoved this all in. We're just hoping we're not up against aces here. Middle position gets out of the way, and low jack makes the call. I go ahead and show my hand. He seems pretty confident. He doesn't look worried, so that's a little scary. The flop comes out queen deuce 3 with 2 diamonds. Not a great board, as we don't hold the king of diamonds, so we don't have any blockers. And if he had pocket queens, he's now ahead. Turn comes out a 4 of diamonds, just keeps getting worse. Now there's a straight draw possibility, and also the flush draw has just gotten there. I noticed that he looks at his cards, so now I'm worried that he actually has a diamond in his hand. The river comes out, probably the best and the worst card of it all. It's the king of diamonds. So we hit top set. However, there's a 4-liner to a flush on the board. It just couldn't get any worse for us. But somehow some way, we win and scoop this pot. He actually says out loud he had a better pair until the river. So the only thing that makes sense is pocket aces. This ends the vlog. I hope you enjoyed all the content. Thanks for checking it out. Poker fam, I got Huggie Poker right here.
What's up?
Hey, I just came out to the lodge. Not running too hot, but you know, it's fun. We've been having a great time meeting all these wonderful vloggers. And this guy right here, a local legend right here. Say what's up, everybody.
I wish. What's up, guys?
How'd you do today?
This guy's awesome. You know, I did pretty well. I played 2-5 for the second time ever, and I won 1,100 about. So,
that's awesome.
Played in the tournament though, and lost pretty quickly. So, you know,
it happens.
It all evens out. But I'll pass on the good luck to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on the vlog. I appreciate you. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, take it.
Well, the meetup game is over. Well, at least for me, that is. I was only able to sneak away for the one day today. I was able to use my day off from work to drive out here. Lanes for quite a while. As you saw throughout the vlog, did not run very well. We just always ran into it. We never got there with our flush draws, straight draws, top pair. It just seems like we were coming up second best. So we bought in the game for multiple bullets. It was 2 bullets, we were down. And then on the 3rd bullet, we were able to run it up a little bit and ran into Andrew at the vending machine, and I asked him if I could take a quick pic with him, chatted up with him. Really, really cool guy, down to earth dude. I was able to meet up with Lex, got a picture with him, Wolfgang, Brantzen Poker, Huggie Poker, a lot of great people, a lot of great vloggers. Thanks for tuning into the channel. If you like what you see here, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I want to thank those new subscribers that subscribed to my channel on the first table that I was at. Appreciate you guys. It was fun playing with y'all. Y'all are awesome people. Lodge, beautiful, beautiful poker room. Special thanks to the general manager out there who allowed me to record and get content for you fine people. Thank you so much, sir. It's all about providing that fun and entertaining content, you know what I mean? So, that being said, I'm going to focus on the road now and, you know, finish up this 2-hour and 27-minute drive back home to Dallas, Texas. Alrighty, peace out. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. Here's the poker out.